Coming up, we have live shot, then a VO on Monica, then Q weather. Stand by. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Q.
An unusual amount of assaults against Abilene police took place earlier this week, leaving them on alert. I'm William Blanchett. I have more coming up on Fox 15 Abilene News.
Q.
And we'll meet a dirty bird who is far from being a fine feathered friend. If you ask some Abilene apartment dwellers, next on Fox 15, we'll hear from them.
And Q.
And some thunderstorms throughout the big country tonight.
I'll
show you the radar in a bit. Fox 15 Abilene News for your Wednesday night starts now.
And
live from the heart of the big country, this is Fox 15 News at 10.
And Q.
We've seen it in communities across the country, tensions between police and the citizens they're sworn to protect and serve. Evening, everybody. I'm Bob Rickey.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Monica Quintero. 3 reported assaults against cops here in Abilene just this week. Enough to raise concern for both officers and citizens.
Fox 15's William Blanchett from both sides and joins us tonight with a unique perspective. William.
Go, Will.
Yeah, guys, I spoke to Abilene police and they told me despite some of the aggressive action that some had shown to officers, they're still trying to push for peace so they can keep these crime numbers down. I was able to speak to some people who call Abilene home about this controversial issue plaguing our nation.
We see it played out on the nightly news, video from police cameras and citizens' cell phone, combined for an often violent scene.
That gives people a negative impression of the police as a whole.
Within just 3 days, Abilene police arrested 3 people for assaulting an officer. The assaults took place after the person refused to cooperate with Abilene police.
That's not any way to get on the officer's good side and let them know you're willing to cooperate.
With recent police shootings around the country, residents tell me they believe the unusual amount of attacks and non-cooperation with law enforcement shows Abilene isn't excluded from this nationwide problem.
It's already heightened our alert awareness and stuff around us.
Many say racial tension is running rampant in America, including the big country. However,
I don't believe it's about race.
Some residents tell me it's just a media hype.
That's just
stand by live shot.
Day-to-day things.
Penna believes people need to take the appropriate steps when confronted by any officer.
And that could end a lot of problems.
Q.
Now, these appropriate steps were actually provided to me by the Abilene Police Department, and they tell me first, it's always good to be cooperative. Secondly, it's always a good idea not to ever reach for your pockets, and also finally, always be ready to provide valid identification. Bob and Monica, back to you.
And Q, Bob.
Well, Broward authorities trying to strengthen their case against a 17-year-old accused in a double killing. They've obtained search warrants for the seizure of cell phones, a computer, and clothing belonging to 17-year-old Cody Michael Flores. Flores admitted to shooting and killing his father and stepmother with a rifle at their Brownwood home.
Q, Monica.
There's a neighborhood in South Abilene that just can't get rid of a noisy situation. Thousands of birds are gathering there. They're called crackles. Residents of the Indian Run apartment are tired of the constant noise. It comes both early in the morning and in the afternoon around 8 o'clock. The noise goes on for several hours a day.
But under the law, they can be controlled if they're gathering in numbers to create a health hazard. Yes, they can be controlled.
The apartment complex declined to speak on
them
camera
both. Coming up as
about
weather.
their plans for the birds.
We had a little color on Doppler earlier this evening. I hope things are
Somebody Q Barrett.
Let's hope so. Let's hope it's gotten quiet. Barrett, what can you tell us?
Q Barrett.
Well, the good news is we don't have any warnings out there, but we do have a strong thunderstorm in between Snyder and Roby. It's moving to the northeast
up next,
as
get
well.
Ready for a stinger on 5, then a 2 shots
here in the next few minutes or so. Now, Benjamin, you have a little bit of light rain too, but nothing too terribly strong in Knox County as of right now. For tomorrow morning, we're going to be completely dry, partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will be pretty warm, especially since we're getting in the fall now. Still holding into the 70s. Back to you.
All right, Garrett. Both presidential campaigns are picking their winning moments from last night's fiery vice presidential debate.
Fox News correspondent Mike Emanuel joins us with reaction from both camps.
Donald Trump's vision to make America great again won the debate.
An energized Mike Pence taking a victory lap after Tuesday night's debate performance. While campaigning in Nevada, Donald Trump with some kudos of his own.
Mike had the single most decisive victory in the history of vice presidential debates.
The Trump team praising Pence for his face-off with Tim Kaine while blasting the Virginia senator over his frequent interruptions. Political watchers also compiling their own notes.
I think it was very clear that Tim Kaine did a great job of defending Hillary Clinton, whereas Governor Mike Pence did a wonderful job of presenting himself as a leader.
It remains to be seen if that showdown will be enough to move the needle for the Trump-Pence ticket in places like Ohio, where a new Monmouth survey shows Hillary Clinton holding on to a slim 2-point lead. Meanwhile, Clinton giving her running mate 2 thumbs up before heading to Washington for a fundraising event. Her campaign rolling out this web video, it says, highlights the former Indiana governor's inability to defend the top of the GOP's ticket.
Donald Trump and Mike Pence have said he's a great leader. And Donald Trump has
Putin's been a very strong leader for Russia.
As Senator Kaine said, if you can't defend your the person at the top of the ticket, how can you ask people to vote for him?
Clinton's campaign chair
Stand by for a stinger on 5, then a 1-shot on Bob.
Upcoming town hall, saying it's a natural format for the former Secretary of State. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
And you, Bob.
They impact lives around the world, and today they're being honored, as they should. Today marks World Teachers Day. Fox 15 went to class to gain perspective on the legacy these educators leave with children. A first grade teacher tells us from singing counting songs and those, well, blowing the runny noses, they do it all. But hearing from a former student allowed her to see the impact she's made.
Whenever it says her password hint is who is your favorite teacher, and she said you were my favorite teacher, so I put in your name, and that's so silly, but it was so rewarding to me.
Here.
Educators we spoke with say though challenging, their job is well worth it.
We do appreciate our teachers. If you're one of those coffee addicts like myself, here's something interesting. A recent study is saying maybe an early morning cup of joe is not the right answer. The perfect times are from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and 1 to 5 p.m. because the cortisol levels of the body are highest between 8 and 9 a.m. We spoke to some coffee drinkers. They say they usually drink it at a certain time already.
I just have to wake up super early for work or something. I'm not going to take the time to make coffee because it's not going to help me get going anymore.
I feel like just whenever I need it is when I normally have it, which that's normally like early in the morning, but after you showed me that chart, it's actually quite interesting.
Here.
Both coffee enthusiasts
stand by, we're going into break next. Stand by music.
Times because it's
stand by
what
to cue
they're used to.
Gotta have a cup to go on. Yeah, straight ahead you see them strapped to wrists everywhere. But do the fitness trackers really work? Hear what a new study had to say.
Here.
Plus, we all know classrooms breed germs. What experts recommend if your child is fighting allergies. That is next on Fox 15 Abilene News.
Fade to take break.